welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Michelle Christofoli and I am a first grade teacher in Central Florida. This will be my 17th year teaching, and I love first grade. Always been in first grade. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and that little notification bell so that you can get notifications of when I post new videos. I try to post almost every day if I can. Next week, I think I'm going to start 2 videos a week. I don't have any lipstick on this morning because I'm about to eat breakfast. Look how pale my lips are, y'all. I put chapstick on, but I'm pale. And I get to go get my hair done today. Woohoo! So, I'm so excited. I love hair days. I have very, very thick hair, y'all. So I have to go get it thinned out. And you can see like how it's starting to like bow out a little bit. It's because it needs to get thinned out. So I cannot wait to go see my hair chickadee today. My daughter and I are actually going together and spending some mommy-daughter time so I can talk to her about our first week of high school. So yeah, it should be a good night. So last night I spent way too long at the grocery store. And I got home and then we ate dinner. And we always do like family game night at dinner because it's just a tradition. My boys love games, so we've always just done game night. So when all of us can actually be together, we do game night. So last night my daughter didn't run. She runs almost every night, and she's usually gone for about an hour. But last night she didn't run. She took a break because her ankle's been bothering her. So we did family game night. We played Battleship. It was so much fun, y'all. I love it so much. So this weekend, because it's Friday, this weekend we are hanging around the house. I'm probably going to clean out some tubs of clothes and all that good stuff and work on lesson plans, because my plan was to do lessons last night for all of next week. That didn't happen. So I think when I lesson plan this weekend, I will try to take you guys along on my lesson plan journey just for a week of virtual teaching. I'm going to try to plan it. I know in science, what we're doing, I try to build my themes around what we're supposed to be doing in science just so that it kind of all flows. And then that way, if I don't get to something in the afternoon for science, they still have it integrated with the other stuff. This year is really hard just because we're doing virtual teaching and trying to get them to do like science experiments or STEM things at home. That's a little unrealistic for my students because I can't drop off all the supplies at home and I can't, ask them to have these supplies. So I'm trying to do lots of things virtually. So I will probably I might plan and then bring you along on my planning journey next week, because next week it's all about, in science, sorry, I'm making my coffee. Next week in science, it's all about continuing to learn what is science and how we conduct experiments and things of that nature. And in the classroom, that's easy to do. We would do lots of sink floats tests. We would do lots of experiments, like mixing colors and stuff like that for back to school. So I'm going to have to figure out how I can translate that at home and still make it fun. We only are supposed to have 1 more week before the doors open to the buildings again and we have classes. I know that we've got lots of meetings happening today and Monday, I think, and Tuesday our board is meeting, and probably Wednesday. Our union, our state union, is trying to fight for us right now and make sure that if schools need to stay closed, that they have the power to do so. So it's a tough situation. I'm not familiar with what's going on in any other states, so please comment and let me know what your state is doing. But Florida, we've had such high numbers. I know that as teachers, we're scared to bring students back in just because of the unknown. It's the fear of the unknown, but I'm excited to see students. I'm just anxious. I'm nervous. So I'm nervous for my own children. I don't think the high schools are going to open up, so that's good for my daughter because I think that they would pass it faster. It is so difficult to tell high schoolers not to get close to each other, to stay far apart. you have a high school child, you know. They don't really like to listen anyway. So I'm going to finish making my coffee. I'm going to go set up. What I was going to tell you. So yesterday I mentioned in my video that my principal came in and brought some people from the district, and he stopped me on my way in this morning and said, you know, they had nothing but wonderful things to say. They saw exactly what they needed to see, and they were excited to watch me teach. And I said, well, I would like to teach up here in front of this thing and use my computer, but it's not connecting correctly. So I said, please come back and see me when I can do virtual teaching the way I want to with this, because I feel so weird over here in front of my desk. I do think I am going to probably move that desk. This afternoon I have my hair appointment like I told you about, but I need to move that. So I can't move it today because it takes an hour to move, but I do need to move it. I want to move it, I think, back to where it was. A couple of you had comments. Let me show you. A couple of you had comments that if I moved it all the way down right here, that it wouldn't feel like it takes up so much space, but I still have my guided reading stuff that has to be there. Now, that's what I saw in my friends' rooms. They used the desk for their guided reading hub. So they had all of their bins and stuff on top of their desk for guided reading. And since we don't know if we're face-to-face or if we're going to be teaching virtually, I may just wait and see what's happening. Hopefully we're going to find out next week. And then I can kind of set up the room a little bit more appropriately, because right now it's a hot mess. And guys, thank you for your comment saying my room is cute, because I do not feel like that at all. I think the theming I love sharks. So I think the theming of the room is precious. And my students, absolutely, they get a kick out of coming in here. I wish you guys could see it the way it should be, you know, set up, you know, pre-COVID, in this space with these rooms, because I can probably, maybe if I can find a picture, I'll insert it here. But I have a tent that they can sit in to read, and that hangs down from the ceiling, and it's a shark. So it's like they're going into the shark's mouth. They sit in the tent. I have a couch with a bunch of shark pillows, and I have things that hang down from the ceiling that are all sharks, which those are coming, but they're coming from Oriental Trading, so I guess they're taking longer. So right now, my room is a mess. I did move the desks back and kind of clean that space up, but I had to blow up my balls. I had to put my centers away. So it's a mess to me, but thank you for all the sweet comments. I really appreciate, you know, all the kind words. So I'm going to set you down. I'm going to finish making my coffee. I'm going to eat my eggs and sausage, and I will show you what I'm doing today before I open up class and get started. Plans pulled up for today. Let me show you what I'm going to be doing. I'll let that focus. Okay, so this is my calendar. I think I showed this to you guys before, but I may have had to cut that out of the video for time purposes. So this is the calendar. I just designed these in Smartboard. I have them for every month, and they change and get progressively harder as the months go on. I always do like a question with my students. I have to edit this question. This is our one from Monday. And then we do like a write together. I don't know why it's not switching. Come on, there it goes. So we do our write together, this is usually where I have my morning message when they start back, so it kind of saves chart paper, and I get away from having two separate slides, or I will give them a sentence and have them come help me write it. It kind of all depends on how much time we have. And then we have our months. You've heard me sing our month song, my terrible singing voice, and we talk about the day. And days of the week, so we do the days of the week song, and then the today is song, weather song, season song, and then this is how I link to the color songs on YouTube. Most of the color songs have been taken down, so I have to relink those. And then number of days in school. And then as we go on, we do like a tally mark thing. I'll probably teach them that today, the tally mark song, and then we do number of days of school with coins as well. So that's our calendar. Let me go up here and edit. Oops. I'm going to edit this math problem. I try to give them some kind of little number talk or way to think, or like some kind of counting. September we start doing lots more counting. I actually may go ahead and put in some counting stuff here in a minute for that. But so we're going to do that today. And then we will do our Haggerty. There's the bell. I hope you guys can see me. And I hope the sound doesn't cut out. And I hope the recording doesn't cut out. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Try that again. There we go. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hello! Hello, friends. Good morning. It's so good to see you guys today. We have a new friend in our room today. Good morning, Zim. I'm so excited to see you. Good morning, good morning. Ashley, come on and sit down and be ready. I'm going to give it just another second. I see some more people that are trying to connect, so we're just going to wait one more minute. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share our screen. Ashley, put it away, please. Sit down and be focused. Ready to learn. All right, my friends. Let's get started. I got a new question for you to start out your day. Get you thinking. There are 4 sharks in the aquarium. 3 more sharks join them. How many sharks are in the aquarium now? You can use lots of different things to figure this one out. You can use your fingers. You can use, if you have something in your room that you want to use, if you want to draw a picture. There were 4 sharks in the aquarium. 3 more sharks joined them. How many sharks are in the aquarium now? So what I want you to do, if you think you have it, remember, use your signs. While you're thinking, if you think you have it, you put your thumb right here, because then I can see, in my camera, I can see across to everybody that thinks they have it. Okay. Wow, there's a big gap in our... All right, so today is the 5th day of school. Woo woo! 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. And we get to stick number 5. We take stick number 5 and he dives across the other sticks. Okay? So now, anytime I look at this group of sticks, like this, I automatically know that is 5. I don't even have to count it. I automatically know that's 5. Okay? Groups of 5. So I have a little chant to help us learn that. Listen how it goes. Tally marks clap, tally marks clap, counting by 5s with tally marks. Make 4 straight sticks, get ready to dive from corner to corner, and that makes 5. Tally marks clap, tally marks clap. Okay, so that's our little chant. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put the number of days in school that we've had on our grid with tally marks. So I'm going to do our chant again, and I'm going to put our tally marks up. So if you want to do the chant with me this time, do it with me. Tally marks clap, tally marks clap, counting by 5s with tally marks. Make 4 straight sticks, get ready to dive from corner to corner, and that makes 5. Tally marks clap, tally marks clap. Okay, so I just said we've been in school for how many days? Show me with your hands. How many days have we been in school? We've been in school for 5 days. So I'm going to make 5 tally marks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make 4 straight sticks. Get ready to dive from corner to corner, and that makes 5. So let's get some oxygen way up here. We're going to breathe in through our nose And then push the breath out through your mouth. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. One more. Big one. Gets all that oxygen up. I'm going to shake my shoulders out. Woohoo! All right, we ready? All right, just like yesterday, I'm going to have you guys give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if this word rhymes. So right in the camera, I want you to tell me thumbs up, thumbs down if the words rhyme. Okay? Remember yesterday we did like train and rain. And remember we said that rhymes because they have that same ending sound. Rain, train, they both say ain. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Okay, ready? This would help if I was on the right page. Hit, fit. Listen carefully. Hit, fit. Did they rhyme? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Hit, fit. Hit, fit. Very good. They rhyme, so thumbs up. Slow, go. Very good. They rhyme. Blue, yellow. Remember yesterday I told you I want you to look right into the camera and say the beginning sound, and I can tell by the way your mouth looks if you have that beginning sound. So I want you to do that again. Okay? You're going to look right at the camera and you're going to tell me the beginning sound for visitor. What's the beginning sound for visitor? Visitor. R, r. It's not You don't say ribbon. It's r, r. It's a very short sound. R, r. Okay? Captain. What's absolutely? All right, remember today I'm going to give you 2 words, so you're going to put those words in your hands. And you're going to have to put that word together and tell me the new word we're making, right? All right. Gold, put gold in one hand. Gold. Fish. What's my new word? Goldfish. That's right, Ephraim. Next one. Remember our story from yesterday where we were listening to Do Unto Otters, and they were talking about how we should treat others the way that we want to be treated. So our book yesterday was all about treating others the way we would want to be treated. Our book today is called Silly Tilly. Let me show you. Silly Tilly. And this book is on Epic. So you will be able to go in and read this on your own. I'm going to show you guys how to get to your Epic in a little bit. So here is Silly Tilly. Pull her up. There's Silly Tilly. And Silly Tilly is a princess. But, oh gosh, can you guys see that? Give me a thumbs up if you can see it. What is going on with my computer? 1 second. Okay, you guys can see it. Let me share only that page and see if that helps. Maybe that'll help. Because it's not showing up on my computer, as long as you guys can see it. Can you see it? Can you see Silly Tilly? Okay, good. All right. It must just be something with my other computer today. Good deal. Okay, friends. So Silly Tilly and the Royal Rules. So before we start reading all about Silly Tilly, I want you to think, why are rules so important? Why are rules, why is it important that we have rules? Why are rules so important? I want you to think about that for a second. I'm going to call on somebody to share what they think. Why are rules so important? Holy smokes, my computer's not working. Try hanging up and coming back in. Think about that for just a second while I get my screen up. Here we go. I can see you guys now. I don't like not being able to see you. Look at all my friends in here. Raise your hand if you think you know why rules are so important. Or you can just kind of put your hand in front of the camera like that so I can see you. Why are rules important? Zim, why are rules important? Do you know how to unmute? So you're going to push that button until it looks like that.
Because it keeps us safe.
That is an excellent explanation. Rules are so important because they keep us safe. And do you know my job at school is to make sure that you learn in a safe way? So I'm going to need all of my friends to follow the rules, right? We want to make sure that we all learn, and we're ready for second grade, and you do it in a safe way. My most important job is to keep you guys safe. So excellent job. I'm so glad you said that. Let me check off all my friends that are here. Wow, we have a lot of friends here today. Guys, almost all of our friends are in class today. Woohoo! All right, so rules are so important, yes, because they keep us safe. Okay, and we have to follow the rules so that we can have fun and we can learn, right? We don't want to not be safe, and we want to learn all we can for second grade. We want to be super, super smart. So Silly Tilly, she doesn't like to follow the rules. Wait till you see what she does. Wait till you see what Silly Tilly does. Watch. I'm going to read this to you. Silly Tilly and the Royal Rules. That's the title of our book. So this is Silly Tilly, right? Listen to her. Rules, 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 says Princess Tilly. It's hard to have fun when rules are silly. Don't skate in the tower, no feet on the throne, don't swim with your crown on. She lets out a groan. I'm not going to follow the rules today. So Tilly goes looking for some place to play. Think back to this page. She's talking about all of the rules, and she says, don't skate in the tower, no feet on the throne, don't wear your crown in the pool, and she lets out a groan. So in the text, the author wrote that she lets out a groan. What is a groan? What do you think a groan is? I'll give you a second to think about that. What is a groan?
No.
You don't know what a groan is?
I've never seen one.
You've never seen a groan? Yeah, well, a groan isn't something you see, guys. Listen to me. I'm going to groan. Ready? That's a groan. When you, like, moan about something, but you do it in kind of a bigger way. Like, Mine was there.
To keep people safe from the frogs.
You are so smart. Very good. To keep the people safe from the frogs. Because we know those frogs, they went crazy, didn't they? Yeah. They kind of went all over the place. And so the sign is there to keep people safe and to probably keep the frogs safe too. Do you remember in the beginning when I said, why do we have rules? And Zim said, to keep us safe. And to keep others safe, right? So we have rules to keep us safe and to keep others safe. So Ashley, you hit the nail on the head. You are exactly right. That sign is probably there to keep Tilly safe and all of the people safe in our story and to keep the frogs safe. Does Tilly follow the rules? Is she keeping the frogs safe and herself safe? No. Tilly is not following the rules. She is not doing the right thing, is she? Then look what happens. Oh my goodness, those frogs come out and they go crazy and she falls over and she hurts herself, and then the queen gets in trouble, and then the frogs get into the kitchen and the king falls and he slips on the food from the kitchen. She made a big old mess by letting those frogs out, didn't she? By not following the rules, look at all of the things that happened. think about how Tilly's mood changes. Here we can see her face and she's like, ha ha, I'm not following the rules. Ha ha, I'm not following the rules. And now she realizes, look at her face. She's like, oh no. See how her face changes? Pay close attention to that. So when she first lets the frogs out, she's all excited, right? And then when she falls chasing the frogs, how does her mood change? Her mood is how she feels. So how does her feelings change? So she catches the frogs and she gets them put away. Do you think she's learned her lesson? Give me a thumbs up if you think she's learned her lesson. You think Tilly has learned her lesson and she's going to follow the rules and keep herself safe? Let's find out. I see lots of people going, yep, thumbs up. I see a couple of you go, thumbs down. Here's her brother saying, what did you learn today, sis? Asked Prince Willie. Tilly replies, castle rules are not silly. The end. Very good. I like your prediction there where you said that you thought she learned her lesson. Good job. Make sure. There we go. All right, friends. Watch and listen. And if you start to kind of get the hang of the routine, you can do it with me and I can see you doing it because I can see your mouths moving. Okay? Apple, apple, ah. A says ah. Make sure that you're saying the sound correctly and not putting extra sounds on the sounds. For example, with B, we don't go buh. It's bear, bear, b, b, b. B says b. Cat, cat, k, k, k. C says k. K says k. CK says k. Remember that set sound that's way back here in the back of our throat. Duck, duck, d, 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 not duh. D, d, d. D says d. ED says d. DD says d. Elephant, elephant, eh, eh, eh. E says eh. Fish, fish. F says F. FF says F. PH says F. Goose, goose, g, g, g. G says g. GG says g. Horse, horse. H says H. Igloo, igloo, I. I says I. Jump rope, j, j, j. J says j. And the vowel signals are E, I, and Y. And the vowel signals are E, I, and Y. They change the G to a J. They change the G to a J. They change a letter before it and make it say its name. They make it say its, oh dear. Excellent. Thank you for your patience as the program kept kicking us out, didn't it? It was kicking me out anyway. All right. So now that we've gone through our sounds, we're going to do our sound song. Uh-oh. There it goes again. It's the network. Microsoft Teams is telling us. Okay, guys, are you still there? Can you hear me? Okay, so you're probably getting a little message and it goes whoop, 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 whoop. That's what it does on my side. It says something happened. So thank you for being patient. We're going to do our alphabet animal song. You can certainly stand up if you first, remember? Uh-oh.
Alligator.
There Those are... No, our internet keeps going out.
No, it has to.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so our internet is going on and off. It's crashing. So it is almost time for art. This is what we're going to do. Since it's almost time for art, let me show you, remind you where you're going to go for art class today, because you do have art class. Hi guys, so they are in art right now, so I'm going to set up for writing and get all of that stuff ready. So our internet has decided it wanted to kick us out. It did it about 6 times just now. So I went ahead and ended class 5 minutes early so they could go potty and have a break. We did not finish our phonics lesson today because of all of the problems, but they did so well during our story this morning, and I wanted to kind of keep going. I wasn't planning on doing class rules or rules at school because a lot of these kids won't be coming back to school, but it just kind of flowed and fit, so we went with it. Right now I'm going to get ready for writing. I already showed you what we're going to do for writing today, but we're going to... They have this sheet on their lessons for today. They're going to go in and they're going to color that. And this is what I'm going to do with them. So, yeah, that's going to be in their thing, and that's the one I'm going to do with them and model it for them. So it's just sight words. Let me make sure I'm logged out here. Yeah. Sorry, I had to make sure everything was logged off. And then we're going to be writing in our journals. I'm going to give them some opportunity to free write today and write in their journals. Oh, and we're going to do the songs. I got to pull those up. Hi guys. So it is lunchtime. I thought I would check in with you. I wanted to film what I was doing just now, but then I forgot to turn the camera on. I'm sorry. So I just listened to one of my precious babies read to try to get a reading level. I knew she was high, so doing letter ID and hold on, let me make sure this is turned off. Doing letter ID and letter naming and all that, it wouldn't make sense for her because she's reading. So when I talked to her kindergarten teacher, her teacher said that she was reading various chapter books. She felt like she'd probably be around a level N to level O. So I pulled a level O book from Learning A to Z and projected it so that she could read it. I just pulled up the good old classic running record sheet and listened to her read, and she did a fantastic job. She has great comprehension. It is going to be an instructional level for her, the O, because of her fluency and vocabulary support. It had a lot of tricky vocabulary words in there, and she did not get any of them, and didn't understand what they meant. So I don't want to move her on until we've really worked on that. So I did that, and I meant to show that because, that's, one of those things that we have to do as teachers, and it's always helpful to see that kind of stuff. I think I've told you guys before, I absolutely love guided reading. So I will definitely show next week's testing that I do. I won't show you the students, obviously, but I'll show you my process to doing it and how I lay everything out. I can show you. I just did a quick running record on it. I haven't analyzed it yet, but this is what it looks like. This was the story that we used off of Reading A to Z. We use Fountas and Pinnell in school, but because those books aren't online, this was just a way that I could try to get kind of a starting point for her. It's not an accurate running record, but it's just going to give me a starting point. So if she comes back to school, I know where to start. If she stays online and I stay to be her teacher online, then I know what to do with her. So, you just put your page numbers over here. A check mark is for every word. And I know I missed some because she was reading, at first she was reading quite fast. Anytime that she repeated, I put an R and then I drag back to the word that she repeated. Obviously, I can go back in the book and look what word that was, but that's not an error. That's just a repeat. So this is a skip the word. So I need to go back and write that word in that she skipped. When I circle it, that's her skipping. I need to go back and write the word that she was supposed to say. She said growling. Here I did it. She said keep, and it was kept. Then she said construction, and it was constructing, I believe. Or the word was construction, and she said constructing. I need to go back and look at that word. And then this word she skipped. And then I managed to get this word. She skipped even, but I went back and wrote that one in. So that kind of gives you an idea of that. I have to go back and put all of her errors and her miscues and everything in. And then she skipped slowly, and then she said to instead of toward. This is her 1 minute mark, so at 1 minute she stopped there on page 5. Another repeat. She said here instead of heard, and then she self-corrected that, so that's a self-correction, and it's not an error. Then she said fum instead of fumed, and that's where I stopped her because I wanted to pay attention to the vocabulary that she was missing throughout the book instead of just writing check marks everywhere. You can do that when the books get longer. You can just listen to them read, 2 pages out of it, and then or do a running record on 2 pages, especially in the chapter books and all that. That's all you do. And it's more important for them to know the comprehension and the fluency. So these were all of the words that she missed throughout the rest of the book. So staggered, boasted, bragged, retreated, scampered, fumed. That's when she missed it first. Defeated, she said, but she didn't know what it meant when I asked her. And trotted, she said, but she didn't know what it meant. So you can see she needs some work on vocabulary. I wrote that down, and I also wrote down fluency. I'm going to go back and write down notes about fluency that I noticed. Then I asked her these questions about the characters. I asked her to tell me who were the characters in the story, and she did it verbatim. She did it actually in order of the story, so that tells me how her brain works. She told me about the problem. She told me what the solution was. I said, how did the animals solve their solution? And she told me that they were spraying and biting and ramming the trucks and trying to get the people out. And I asked her how it ended, and she said that the animals figured out the bridge was for them. So she had pretty decent comprehension, probably the highest comprehension of any student at that level at the beginning of the year. Usually my kids that have really good reading skills at the beginning of the year have lower comprehension, and she was able to give me lots of details with few questions. So she had a very independent comprehension on the story. So I wouldn't work on comprehension with her. I'm going to work on fluency and vocabulary leads back into comprehension because she couldn't tell me what those vocabulary words meant, but she was able to understand the whole concept of the story. So I definitely want to work on vocabulary with her, but she did fantastic. I was super proud of her. Super smart little girl. So yeah, that's what I did just now. My students worked in their centers, and I worked with her one-on-one. And now it's lunchtime, so I'm going to do the attribute chart for math. I'm going to go ahead and build that. I'm going to set up for my games. I'm going to pull up the social studies stuff that they need to do, and I may pull up the health lesson that we missed this week. I don't know if health starts this week or next week, but we do 1 health lesson a week. We have a specific program that our district has adopted. I think it's probably going to be a fantastic program. I'm looking forward to it. These students this year are definitely going to need social skills and health stuff, so I'm looking forward to adding in that program. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to do the attribute chart, and I'll show you that and how I build that. We do it together, but I go ahead and set the chart up, and then I'll set up all my slides and everything for this afternoon and eat my lunch. And I'll Hi guys, so it's the end of the day. I am just packing up, getting stuff together to go home and cleaning up the room. Let's throw that away. I have a blender in my room that I use to make my coffee, so I take it home once a week. Sorry, that's all the noise. And then I take my printer home once a week to connect back to the internet because we can't connect them here. So yeah, today was a good day. Math went fairly well. They really, the kids really know their shape. So all this beginning of the year stuff is just review. So I tried to make it as fun as possible. I could tell that it's Friday and they were getting bored and they were tired of sitting in front of a computer. So we moved on and we just did our social studies lesson, which was just a social studies weekly. I just showed them where to find them and we navigated through that. So that was pretty easy. And then at about 2:45, I let them dismiss and go in and finish any assignments, which was good because I had a parent who was having, I had a parent who was having some major issues getting connected. So I had to do a conference call, on that. But overall, this week went really well. The front of the week, Monday, and really good chunk of Tuesday was pretty sketchy. The connection today was very, very poor. I don't know if they're doing some updates or what's going on, but it kicked us out of Microsoft Teams this morning, like nonstop, and froze on us. So we got through most everything that I wanted to accomplish this week as far as learning the technology and learning our system and the online platform. And a good part of that is trying to teach the parents too, but the parents, y'all are busy. And, if they are sitting there with their kiddo, they're probably working from home themselves. So it's tough to teach 6-year-olds that, again, when you can't walk around and make sure they're tapping on the right thing. But we'll make it through. We have one more week of online learning, and then we'll see where we go from there, if we're going to stay closed for a while or if we're going to continue this way. So next week, the school is closed over the weekend, but they are opening it for us on Sunday a little bit. I would like to not come up here. I would like to just work from home. If I do any lesson planning from home, I will definitely film it. I will have to do lesson planning from home. I'll probably do it tomorrow because my husband works this weekend. And I will probably just go ahead and lesson plan tomorrow. I'll let my kids go down to my parents' house and go swim for a while, and hopefully I can get some lessons knocked out. But I will film if I do some lesson planning because, again, most of next week's lessons are going to be content related, but system related. So it's going to be more about learning the different avenues that we have, the different systems, and then just trying to get some more assessment done if I can, some more letter ID, letter name, sight words. I'm not trying to do any phonemic awareness with them over the internet because then I'd have to insert pictures and stuff, and I think that's just going to be a little bit more complicated. So I'll just cross that bridge when we come back together. So overall, a good week. I'm happy with the lessons. I'm happy with how things are going. I absolutely adore these kids. Even I got a new little guy this morning, and he is just hilarious. He kept wanting to unmute himself and talk no matter how many times I said, you need to mute, you need to stay muted, you need to stay muted. So he's going to be fun if he comes back to class. But I've said it a million times. This is why I teach first grade. They are so cute. They love school. They're so much fun. They think anything that we do is hilarious. Just me turning on Disney music as we come back into class after after a break time. Just the fact that I turn on Disney music and I sing and we dance around, they just think that's the funniest thing in the world. So overall, a very good week. I'm looking forward to getting to know these kids more. I'm looking forward to them coming back to school. I'm not going to mind it one bit if we have to stay separated because then that means we'll be together. I just pray that nobody gets ill if we reopen schools. So I am going to head out. I'm going to get my hair done. See you guys on Monday. Please leave me a comment below of whether or not you want to see daily lessons. It's really hard because I'm filming and then I'm having to go home, and it takes a couple hours to edit a video, and then it takes another hour, hour and a half for YouTube to upload it. So it's a little bit of a process to do it all in one day, but I will try my very best to at least do every couple of days for right now, because I know so many of you are headed back to school and you have requested those. So I'll try my very best, but I will see you guys on Monday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Get some rest and enjoy your time. I'll see you on Monday. Bye.